Hola amigos! Last episode we had a very good interaction about money. If you loved it, do share with your homies and press that big thumbs up button. Subs for the extra pun intended.
Hello girls and boys, ready? Let's begin.
Back in the days, as a child, I used to save every coin that I would get my hands on in a Gullak aka piggy bank. It was usually used to be for the computer game series, as back in the time we didn't had easy accessibility of downloading games from the internet. And dad would never give me money to buy PC game CDs cause as per Indian dads, playing games in PC is just another waste of time. So all the dads listening to the podcast, just please let your kids play PC games for a limited amount of time. Every Indian father thinks that their son could get a government job, that's a dream job for them, and I wasn't able to clear my UPSC exams.
Beta, what have you done in the life till now? Tell me. Huh? See Malhotra ji, he retired as a bank manager from the bank and bought a 3 BHK home in a Pass society. Have you ever seen a 3 BHK flat in a Pass society?
Papa, yes, I would have seen if you would have cleared your exams. I should usually start off by telling you guys why you need to save. But really, does anyone need to tell you guys to save? Like really guys? Come on. Morning you have to get up, check your phone, scroll 10,000 miles on Insta and start saving. That's it. What's said is said. No questions asked. That's it. There might be a situation where you could be kicked out of your company due to this COVID crisis. I really hope it doesn't happen to any one of us, just in case. Or you might have to transition your job from one job to another. So before getting your next ideal job, it would definitely take some time, right? At that point of time, you would be able to craft out a new career just because of only one thing: savings. And that's what we are discussing today. Fast forward to present. I wouldn't say I'm a reckless person, but as an adult, every time I get my hands on money, I would have this itch of spending it somewhere because I don't know how to handle it, especially when everyone around me is selling me something. And I know it sounds cliche, like you have to save money, invest, yada yada yada, but none of us does it consistently. I know. Don't act smart, huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you, listening through chunky earphones or speakers, or just have clicked this podcast randomly and one of your earbuds is hanging out, so put that back and listen to this show carefully. It's okay, you don't have to take much of a load on yourself, because even if you're starting saving today, you're still better off than many people around you. Save because you will have wants. You will have wants because you have friends. And hence you have Instagram. If you have Instagram, you want vacation, party, alcohol, saraku, daru, cars, sexy clothes, likes, all those fancy stuff. Save so you have freedom. Freedom to work when you want to work, how you want to work, where you want to work, or if you even want to work at all. Save so that you decide what you want to do with your life. And life doesn't teach you what you should be doing. Life is a bitch, bro. Like, just trust me. It's like real bitch.
Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
Save because God also saves.
You're goddamn right.
Okay, enough of the gyan. Let's get to the point how actually you should be saving it. So the simple formula for savings is income minus saving equal to spendings. And I'm not making this formula up. This has been stated by Warren Buffett, and I quote, "Don't save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving." Unquote. And I don't have to introduce Warren Buffett to you all. You already know him. I also know him really well. We used to hang out together. Like he'll be giving speeches about savings, investment and all.
And I'll be watching him through YouTube.
So now the question arises, how much should be actually allocated for savings? For this also there is a rule. Here, follow with me. It's called 50-30-20 rule. 50% for your essential or expenditure, 30% for your wants or needs, and 20% for pure savings. Again, I'm not saying this up. This has been stated in a book, All Your Worth by Elizabeth Warren. According to her, 20% of your income must be saved. Like, if you don't save that 20%, it's a legit crime. You should be jailed for it.
FBI, open up!
Now let's have a look on actual scenarios for savings. Number 1. The best and the worst financial decisions are made on the first of the every month. Remember that. Have 2 bank accounts, one for pure savings and one income account. Put a recurring deposit rule on income account that at every first day of the month, 30 to 20% of your income should be deposited in the savings accounts. Or rather, I would suggest is to do a recurring deposit of 20% and put that 10% in mutual funds as an SIP, which would help your money to grow in the long run.
Shut up and take my money!
Hey, what bro? You're not even leaving 1 rupees or buying toffee. You're putting all money in savings and expenditure. What bro? We are millennials bro. Need some money to go out and hang out.
Okay, chill bro, got your point dude. Just hear me out here. So I would not say to put all the money in the savings. I know everyone's situation differs, so we can come up with a concept of luxury taxes on ourselves. Okay, let me explain. So now suppose on an over stressful day you went ahead and spent 2000 bucks on a junk food or alcohol or shopping or whatever. Then as a self-imposed luxury tax, add 50% of the amount spent in the next month's savings. So next month 20% plus 1000 bucks will go into your savings. This luxury tax will keep a tab on your over expenditure until you form a habit.
What bro? It's been 72 years since we have kicked the Britishers out of the country, but you are still imposing taxes on us. Why bro?
You bro, I understand your concern, but in this way you can spend on your wants and save accordingly, cause your wants and needs are never gonna end until you disappear from this planet. Okay, so let's move on to the another scenario. Stop impulsive buying. When you are tempted to buy something, wait for a week. If you still have the same level of commitment to buy it, then go for it. Or you could start a reverse EMI. Let's say you wanna buy a phone. Start keeping aside the money which is the first installment of the EMI and keep going for the next 3 months. If after 3 months when you have actual phone amount, your level of commitment to buy the phone would definitely have reduced by then, and you might feel no need for the new phone as the old phone is doing the job, and voila, you have saved a whopping chunk of your earnings.
I feel good!
Moving forward with another scenario, using some cold hard cash. Using physical paper money instead of swiping your card seems like inconvenience at first. However, the psychological impact of having to handle the physical money is far greater than plastic rectangle card you keep in your wallet. We have a psychological attachment to the real cash, and handing over 1000 bucks is much harder than a one swipe on a card or Google Pay for 1000 rupees purchase.
Bhaiya, give me 2 kg onion.
Okay sir, here you go.
How much bhaiya?
Sir, 50 rupees.
50? No, give me for 43 or leave it.
Sir, this is market price.
No, 43, take it or leave it.
What sir? Market price sir. Okay, take it.
Put some coriander leaves also na bhaiya.
Hey! Whereas when we go to McD or Domino's,
Sir, what would you like to order?
Can I have a jalapeno large pizza with an extra layer of cheese burst?
Sure, sir. Anything else would you like to have?
No, nothing else, that's all.
Okay, sir. Your total is 500 rupees plus billions of dollars of taxes. Would you like to pay via cash or card?
Google Pay.
the last thing I would say is have emergency funds which is 5 to 6 months of your monthly salary and have it accessible like in liquid fund or an FD. You know, back then only option was to save money, but now everybody is trying to sell us something. Food is super delicious and swiping card has become so old school that we have Google Pay where we could spend how much we want in a touch of a button. So we are spending a lot more than what we should, hoping that it will make us happy. But the true happiness is found in work, in family, or even at the end of a good workout. So try to invest in that. I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect or some kind of a savings guru, but as in last episode I said that this show was created so we both could grow together. In case you have not listened to the previous episode, go ahead and listen once. If you loved it, share with your friends and family. Follow me on Instagram at UpstartBrat. I know there are many front and backbenchers listeners who are having some mind-blowing hacks for savings. What's the use of those hacks until you don't share with others? So DM me some cool hacks on Insta at UpstartBrad and I'll feature those in my stories so we all learn together. See you guys on another beautiful day with a fresh content. Until then, seek discomfort and grow together.
Peace out, queefs.